Welcome back to Thom News. Tonight's top story. Was the R word spoken in one of the recent Persona 5 songs included in the recent Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC? Joining me live is our on-the-ground correspondent, Molly Joggers, to discuss the issue. Molly, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Jim. It's great to be here. It's just fantastic. I really like speaking about these important topics on the show, so it's great to have me on.
No worries, Molly. So, how did you come across this slur to those with disabilities?
Well, you see, I was sitting down playing Super Smash Bros. Before. I hadn't actually played Persona 5, so I'm just finding out about the songs 2 years later. And I heard the word retarded. That's what I heard with my own 2 ears. I've got 2 of them, so it's I'm not deaf. I've done my hearing test. It's absolutely fine, so there's no issue there. So that's what I heard, and so I wrote an article about it and put it straight up, and I'm very, very angry about it.
Are you sure it wasn't another word? Remember, these are Japanese companies and Japanese singers adapting Japanese to English, and in the Japanese language, there isn't actually like pronunciation for like L's, so some words might sound a bit different as they're trying to pronounce it.
No. As I said, I heard the words with my own ears. My own ears, Bob. I've got 2 of them. I established that. So listen to the song yourself.
Let's go. Let's play. Retarded.
So did you hear it? Did you hear it?
From what I can tell, Molly, it sounds like she's saying retard it, as in like the musical term retarded, as in slow down. But who am I to judge, you know? Whatever you think, Molly.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Now, as a journalist, did you contact Nintendo and Atlas to find out if your accusations are correct?
I did, but they hadn't gotten back to me yet. I just published the story straight away anyway, just because I'm so angry.
Yeah. Oh, looks like you're getting a fax now. What does it say?
All right. Apparently it says it doesn't say the R word. Fortunately, it says retorted. Apparently, look, it's a musical term, so that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
See, sometimes it's best not to just jump to conclusions and blame people for something they might not have done.
Oh well, on to the next thing to be outraged about.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Mario, the award-winning Nintendo podcast on the 8-Bit Collective, and the doors to episode 94 are open. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and joining me, as always, is my best buddy, Bryce DeWitt.
Oh, you flicked me.
I did flick you.
Ow.
Okay.
My poor thumb.
This week on the show, we're going to be talking about Nintendo's financial meeting results, all the interesting numbers, and that. I feel like I did one not that long ago, I swear.
Yeah, every time we talk about numbers, it just seems to be like the same thing over and over again.
Because when I had Eric from Nintendo by Numbers on YouTube at the start of the year, we talked about it then.
Yeah.
And I guess it has been 3 months, but it's just gone so quick.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I think when we get into talking about it, we'll sort of just see the same statistics, and we won't have to say too much about it. I think it's pretty obvious.
And also, I want since I edit this show, I'm going to tell the editor right now, cue the sad music. Persona 5 is not coming to Switch.
Yeah, and which means you now have to play it.
I have to play it. It's not coming to Switch. It is a Persona 5 Scramble, but we'll go into that more. That's actually a genre you enjoy quite a bit. But Bryce, before we jump into all of that, you've been playing much. I know what you've been playing, but that's just the segue, right, to get into it. So
that's the segue to get into it. Yeah.
So what have you been
playing?
Playing? You've been playing anything different? Anything
no.
interesting on Switch?
Absolutely not. It's been Easter week. How have I had the time to play anything else different and get my mindset into it?
I also knew that. That was part of the joke too.
Yeah.
So what have you been playing, Bryce?
Dragalia.
Dragalia Lost again.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes, there's a Fire Emblem Heroes event on now. So
And so what does that mean? The Fire Emblem Heroes are in the game?
You see, there was a massive update at the same time this event came out that completely changed a lot of things that players wanted done, which was already a big draw. We didn't need Fire Emblem for that. But then we also got the Fire Emblem Heroes event, which means Fire Emblem characters in Dragalia Lost, like Marth and Alphonse, Veronica, Fjorm, and a event centered around, like a battle scenario sort of thing, centered around Fire Emblem mechanics. Basically what that means is we've got a summoning event where those 4 heroes can be summoned. You get them in your party forever, whatever. Alphonse is completely free, so that's good. There's a whole story to it. The characters from Fire Emblem Heroes have ended up in the world of Dragalia Lost through their magical mumbo jumbo.
Yep.
And there's a whole thing to it.
Don't have to explain the story. I'm sure it's just
yeah. And the event is centered around bringing in players from Fire Emblem Heroes to play Dragalia. So there's a lot of new player bonuses and stuff like that, which is awesome. The changes that they've made have greatly impacted how the game's going to run from now on. They've taken worm prints out of the summon shop, which means the only thing you'll summon from now on is the adventurers and dragons from your currency. You won't summon worm prints anymore.
Yep.
You can now buy worm prints. You can now farm worm prints, which is like a massive thing, really. They've upped the Eldwater rates so that you can promote adventurers more often. You can buy worm prints with Eldwater. It's like a really huge update that sort of changed the way that players are going to be able to move forward with the game. So it's been a big focus in the last couple of days where I've sort of just like, I need to farm all these materials from this event, but I also need to work on what I'm spending my Eldwater on. I've got all these new adventurers that I need to upgrade, so I've got Marth there. My Marth's almost maxed, so really working on that.
Marth Max.
Yeah, he's 2 things off, but I'm kind of hesitant to do it because the only thing it gives me is Dragon Haste, which is meh. It's not like a huge difference in ability. So yeah, basically that's been my last few days at the very least, and then Easter for the rest of it. So
yeah, I've been pretty similar. I've played a couple of games over Easter because had the break, so it's been good.
Yep.
The main game I've jumped into, it was on Switch, is Cuphead, and I knew I'd like it, but I actually really love it. I find myself just, especially in handheld mode, I haven't actually played it on the TV yet, just all in handheld mode, and just sitting there and just sort of, each boss might take me, anywhere from probably half an hour to an hour, depending on how quickly I learn it.
Yep.
And it's just like fun to sit there. I was listening to podcasts, just getting through it, beating the bosses, and I thought like a lot of people for these games say, oh, it's hard, and that's what puts a lot of people off. And I guess like it is, if you expect going in there and like beating the boss on the first go, I guess it is hard.
Yeah.
But it's mainly just about like learning it and
it's all pattern memory.
And like if you do beat the boss, it might take you 1.5 minutes to actually beat the boss. It's not like a 10-minute thing when you die and you've got to retread everything. Yeah. It's just straight back into the action.
Yeah.
And when you die as well, you can see like what level of the boss you got to. It's got like checkpoints.
Yeah.
That you can see. So you can see that, you're on the last form. So all you have to do is master that last section and you've actually beaten it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a bit more than I thought I would. So, in doing that, there was the AAA sale. I forgot what they were calling it on the eShop. And I saw Dark Souls was like $40. So I'm like, tell you what, I'll buy Dark Souls while it's on sale.
Oh no!
So I've gotten Dark Souls. I haven't booted it up or anything, but I'll give that a go eventually. See if I enjoy that.
That's fantastic.
Because I've got Bloodborne on PS4 through PlayStation Plus for free, but on the TV I just can't see myself coming home and just like running my head into the ground where I'm just sitting there at the TV. Whereas at Dark Souls, I'll get to a boss and just die a million times, but I could be watching YouTube or playing like podcasts or just doing something else. I mean, not exclusively doing that.
It's the same scenario as Cuphead though. Like you can't really fault it on that part. It's pretty much the same thing. Ram your head against the wall until you win.
No, I'm not faulting it. That's why I went and got it, because I'm like, oh, maybe I actually will like this type of thing.
Yeah.
And also in the past too, like Dark Souls, like a lot of reviews and that, like they stress how hard it is, and that's what puts a lot of people off, including myself.
Yeah.
Until when I decide to go and buy it. But
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but you probably won't be watching YouTube while you're playing Dark Souls.
yeah,
That won't be happening, and you won't be doing that with Bloodborne. So
No, I don't necessarily mean like like a video or something, but maybe a podcast,
something in
or-
the background.
Yeah,
I mean, you can still do that.
yeah,
Just put it on your phone.
yeah,
You silly willy.
yeah. I know.
Jesus God.
Jesus God. Apart from that, I've been playing. A friend came over the other day. We played a bit of Nidhogg 2.
Nidhogg.
Yes, I absolutely love the game. It's so much fun playing through that, and he actually hadn't played before,
Mm-hmm.
so
That was interesting.
yeah,
Right.
I gave him a bit of a caning. And I actually bought a fair few games on the sale because, not even in the sale. I just bought a fair few games on the eShop in general, just because I'm like, I got home from work one day. I'm like,
Switch time.
yeah, when you just need those binges to make yourself feel better. Like
Yeah.
it's like, you're tired. You're like, let's go and buy some things.
Yep.
And it's really dangerous now on digital shops where you can just go and do it.
Yeah.
So I haven't really touched any because I've been just concentrating on Cuphead when I'm picking up my Switch.
Yeah.
So I got SteamWorld Quest. Looking forward to getting into that one. Box Boy, Box Girl. Played the demo of Box Boy and Box Girl. It's what you expect if you've played the previous games in the series, but
The box games.
yes, the box games. But this one's got co-op and got costumes and just random stuff like that now. And if you haven't played any of the games before, I'd recommend going and trying it on the eShop and seeing what it's all about. But it's basically like a puzzle platformer where you've got like different things each level to try and figure out. So some levels you might have to like stretch your boxes out to make stairs to get up a platform. Other times you might have to like smash your boxes through dirt to get through sort of like a maze and stuff like that.
Right.
It's really interesting. I think that it's only $15 on the eShop and it's got a demo, so it's worth going to have a go.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 7.
No.
Bought
you
that.
picked it up.
I'm gonna get that, and I've got a game here. It's called Spheroids. It was $3 on the eShop, and it looked like a combination of like a platformer and Pang.
Yeah.
Where you're shooting like
Yep.
the grapple hook upwards to just split the blobs.
Yep.
I'm like, it was $3 down from like 11 or something. So I gave it a go. I clicked on it, and it did the loading screen, and it went to like this idle animation of the character, and I was like pressing all the buttons, and it wasn't doing anything. I'm like, am I just not hitting the right button, or has it frozen? So I just exited out and went to something else. So I haven't had any experience with it, but I assume it won't freeze every time. So maybe there's a reason it was $3. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Yeah. And there's another game. I was actually given a game, like a code for a game from a publisher, but I can't talk about it. It's embargoed until the 2nd of May, so I won't say anything about it.
Okay. Yeah. Fair
But
enough.
from what I played, that was a lot of fun too. So
Yeah.
I look forward to talking about that when it.
You haven't told me about that one.
No, well, I haven't talked to you really since
No.
last week.
See, I've been sending off for codes, but still haven't got anything back.
Mm.
So lame.
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 So that's as far as what I've been playing. I've actually been playing a decent amount compared to what I usually do. Like I've been over the last few weeks just because I've actually had a few days off to catch up on some Switch games. It's been good. Just like being able to sort of relax and play some games again.
Yeah.
I've missed it. I really have missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got plenty of the friggin' things to play.
I counted, like not counting like apps and free to play games. So whether I've bought them or they've been codes from publishers, I've got 94 games. No, was it 94 or 96 games
Jesus Christ.
on the Switch? And that's not including Fortnite and just free to play stuff like that.
You have a problem.
Yeah, I'd hate to add all that up. I really would.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep.
Especially like some of the digital prices, like Pokemon Mario Kart, that's $80. That's not like a $64 game compared to retail. So yeah. Anyway, I like my Switch, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
All right, Bryce. Let's get into some sad news. Some very sad news. Or maybe some good news if you're looking for a hack and slash Persona 5 game. But Persona 5 Scramble is coming to Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 sometime. Is it next year? I believe it was
think
next
so.
year. Anyway, so this is from My Nintendo News. Well, the Nintendo Switch is finally getting Persona 5, but not quite as the owners of the system originally envisioned. Atlus and Tecmo have announced Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, and it is a Musou title, which means it's the same genre as such as Horror Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors. Take a look at the game below, which is the trailer, which you can go and look up on YouTube or My Nintendo News.
Yep.
But when I saw this, I'm like, oh man,
Now I've got to play Persona 5 now.
the dream's over. Can't play it on Switch, at least not in the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
But the trailer itself for the game looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but it still couldn't get me too excited.
No, listen,
just for
my
what it is.
issue with it is that I think we've already got like 6 or 7 Musou titles on Switch now. 6 or 7 of them. It's like we're not strapped for choice when it comes to Musou titles, and it's kind of like, I don't know, do you pick Persona or do you pick the Nintendo based ones, or what do you do?
Yeah. It's like, what skin do you like?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Or battle system,
That's-
they all have different battle systems for the
Slightly different battle systems. Like, that's the thing, is like most of them are indifferent because the way they play is so damn similar. And I like a decent Musou title. I'm fine with them.
Mm-hmm. I
I have fun with them. But this news got to me because literally the thing I want right now is an RPG.
I was doing the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I was playing Cuphead. I'm like, God, I could go for just a big meaty RPG. In saying that, I haven't played Xenoblade, and I've got that, and I want to get into that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, Persona 5 just sort of appeals to me a bit more, just for its art style and everything.
You own a disc of it. Play the damn game.
Well, I will, because it's the only platform it's on. So
I will guarantee you'll sit in front of the TV. You'll have a decent time.
I'm sure I will.
Okay, you don't need to have it on your Switch to play the damn game. But in saying that, it is sad it's not coming to Switch, and that this is the supplement for it, because I feel like it's not a good enough supplement for it. I feel like the base RPG of Persona 5 is the experience that we wanted on Switch. It's probably being held down somewhere where it's like, no, PlayStation exclusivity or something like that, and it's fucking annoying. Yes. I'm glad to see we've got Persona in some form. Not too happy it's a Musou title of all things, even though I'm a big Musou fan. I like Musou games.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. I've got like 3 or 4 physical copies of Musou games now, out of the 6 that are available on Switch.
Yep.
So I'm not entirely wrapped about it. It's kind of just like, this is probably something I could just give a miss.
Yeah.
Especially with the Royal coming out end of the year.
Well, I remember what I said to him, like, I'll be more surprised if Persona 5 doesn't come to Switch, just because of how hard Nintendo are pushing, like, Joker from Persona 5. Like, that's in their marketing. It's not like, oh, it's Joker from Persona. It's from Persona 5, which is a game you can only get on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like, if you play Super Smash Brothers, you buy a Joker, you're like, God, this character's cool, it's so stylistic, I've got to play the game.
Yeah.
And you look at where you can get the game, it's only on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And, like, as I said, that I'm more surprised that it's not on Switch because of how hard their marketing is pushing it.
Look, I do want to stress the fact that buying something like this will increase the chances of actual Persona 5 coming to the Switch. If you're not interested in it, that's fine, but if you have an interest in the Persona series or Persona 5's story or something like that, then it might be worth the pickup. Simply because you purchased this, we'll get a port. Maybe it might even be of Persona 5 The Royal down the line.
Yeah.
That could be the reason why we haven't got a Persona 5 Switch yet, is because they're like, hey, we're pushing the Royal now.
Yeah.
Royal's got exclusivity for a little bit, and then we'll put Royal on Switch.
Yeah. I was going to bring up that point too. Maybe, like, they wouldn't be comfortable just putting base Persona 5 on Switch when they've got this enhanced version coming.
Yep.
But, like, with a lot of the enhancements in, like, the Royal are, like, 4K and PS4 Pro features and that as well.
Yeah, but, I mean, the thing is as well is that the foundations of Persona 5 are a PS3 game. They're not.
Yeah, I know they are. Yeah.
So, it's not impossible that game's not going to come to Switch despite the enhancements and shit like that.
Yeah, so who knows? We might be saying Persona 5, like,
Down the line.
a couple of years down the line after PlayStation's happy with how
letting
long
it go.
how long it's been.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
Hmm.
Oh well.
Sick concert it was announced at though. It was nice.
I didn't actually see it.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persona music, just chilled out to some grooves.
Did you watch the live stream?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was live on Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Next up, Bryce. Nintendo had their financial report, which we talked about a little bit at the start. But
Hooray.
yes,
Numbers.
financial report. Nintendo has officially sold 34.74 million Switch units worldwide.
That's a lot of units.
That's a lot of units.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic considering the.
And it's only been 2 years.
A
So-
bit of. Actually, it has been 2 years because this is of March 2019. So
Yeah.
it's pretty incredible. So just I like just comparing it to the Wii U because like now it's like. It's night and day. It's sold double of the Wii U in
It's
half
triple
time.
now, pretty much.
Well, it was 13.
Wii U was 12 mil?
No, it's 13. I'm going to look it up. It's 13 point. I'm going to get the point here. I'm not.
Jesus, he wants to be specific,
Oh
folks.
yeah, whatever. It's 13 million, right?
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
So yeah, it's
It's
nearly
more.
triple.
yeah.
Nearly triple.
Mm.
So the base they've got going on for Switch at the moment, the install base is just it's huge.
And there's so we'll go through just like the best selling pieces of hardware. So we'll go from I guess number 10 to number 1. So number 10, Mario Tennis Aces at 2.64 million pieces.
That surprises me enough.
That does. It got into the top 10. That's pretty.
Apparently the game is really, really pretty decent now in terms of how much content's been put in it and shit like that. But to be honest, it's too late for me.
Yeah, well, as far as the multiplayer goes, that was always fine.
The multiplayer
it was always good.
Yeah.
And like they kept adding characters and everything. And I actually went the same day they announced like 3.0 Super Smash Brothers coming out, tomorrow.
Yep.
They actually dropped like 3.0 Mario Tennis. It's like I can't remember if I commented or retweeted or what.
You tweeted about it.
I did I?
Yeah,
just,
you did. You're
just
just
like this is the 3.0 update everyone's keen about or something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Number 9 is 1-2 Switch at 2.97 million pieces. So good on it. Still in the top 10.
Yeah, good boy.
Yeah, good boy. Do you reckon that it'll get kicked out eventually when Animal Crossing and like these games?
Surely
pushed
Switch
out.
is gone. Yeah, no way.
Yeah. Unless like there's a big resurgence or something.
I guess
It gets bundled with like any Switch.
Yeah.
It just like climbs to like
You mean like it probably should have been bundled in with for free?
like exactly like it should have been.
Yeah.
Number 8 is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe at 3.31 million pieces. Good.
Yeah, it's a Mario game. It's going to happen.
Oh, of course, it's a 2D Mario game, accessible.
Yeah.
It's a good one too. So
Yeah.
I guess there's that behind it. So number 7 at was a New Super Mario not New Super Mario Bros. Party, Super Mario Party, 6.40 million.
That's pretty surprising. I mean, it's a Mario game. It's a Mario Party game, but Mario Party games haven't really been that great in recent years. So seeing it in those numbers,
This one's missing a bit of content, but it is a good Mario Party game.
Yeah.
Though, so
yeah. Oh, the mini games were good. I enjoyed them.
Yeah,
So.
like it just has a lack of
Still
board.
typical Mario Party.
Like the lack of boards and all that doesn't worry me, just because like I've only literally played it when like there's people here. I've never like wanted to jump into it and just play it by myself.
Yeah, no.
Which I know Eric's like he really liked the GameCube ones. He liked just doing the solo stuff, unlocking everything through the museum and that would be cool if that was included in this, obviously, because then it would give me a reason to go to it to actually play it. But for what it is, I think it's a great party game.
Yep.
Splatoon 2 at number 6. I'm assuming it's number 6. Or number 5. I can't count, bros. So Splatoon 2 at 8.70 million pieces. Splatoon 2 is really good, so I'm happy to see it there.
Sploont.
An 8.7. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've forgotten what all these sales were like 3 months ago, so like I don't know how much they've all like increased.
Yeah,
but it all looks pretty similar, apart from number 3, which we'll get to. That just like came out of nowhere and just wedged itself right up there.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee at 10.63 million pieces together.
I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, pretty
I mean,
obvious.
Very, very nostalgia-based games, those two games. So
I mean, just Pokemon games anyway, in general.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah. But like with the
Pokemon
Pokemon Go
RPG.
crowd,
Mm.
it's really appealing to them because it's just that, but
Mm.
an RPG.
I've only heard of like a couple of cases where like it is like the Pokemon Go people trying it.
Mm.
But for the most part, it's just like people like you and I who are like, we like Pokemon. This is an RPG. It's a bit different. We'll buy it.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like that also would have lost some numbers.
More
So-
people didn't buy it than I thought they would.
Mm.
Like I thought, like more people would be like myself, who was like, whatever.
Yeah, no.
No.
Because especially with a lot of competitive battlers and stuff like that,
Yeah.
why do they have time to waste time on a Pokemon game where your competitive battling ain't going to bloody matter? So they just stick to Sun, Moon,
Yeah.
I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Next is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, 12.77 million pieces. Pretty
Beautiful.
non-explanatory. One of the, well, if not the best game on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably say it is.
Well, yeah, no.
If
I'd
it comes
agree with
down
it.
comes down to opinion between that Odyssey and a few of the first party titles, or even some of like the great indie games, but
Yeah,
that's
it's definitely a technical marvel of the hardware, if anything.
it's just like one of the most memorable games I've played too. Like
Yeah.
I remember like going to this location and
Yeah.
everything too. And a new one to the list that wasn't on there 3 months ago on the last financial report is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 13.81 million pieces. So, wow.
Smash away Smash's goals.
Yes, and there's actually a. I looked this. So for the first day usage of Nintendo Switch, 26% of new Switch owners who pick up a Switch on day one have played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yep.
So basically, this makes Smash Ultimate like the biggest pusher of hardware for Nintendo's
Oh yeah.
games, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm not that surprised though.
I am a little bit just for the fact, like I guess it's just because of the last few systems, like the Wii. Smash Brothers wasn't really pushing Wii's because all the casual stuff and different audience was pushing the Wii to what it was. The Wii U, I think, like the people like
Smash was the only thing people were playing on the Wii U.
yeah, well that too, but the people like who are really into Smash and wanted Smash, well, people like you and I, and we had the Wii U 2 years before Smash came out.
Yeah.
Then like obviously there are people who are like, I want Smash, then they went and bought their Wii U, but that like the audience like ourselves already really had one.
Yeah.
But with and obviously the same with the 3DS too. Like 3DS, the audience was already sort of there for it, and other things were pushing that, like Pokemon and stuff.
Yep.
But with the Switch, like we've had Zelda, Mario, and you think that would have already pushed the hardware to the people like ourselves who wanted it. But this shows that it's like no, new people are picking up Super Smash Brothers and a Switch for it.
Well, because it's sort of a penultimate game in like you can play the game solo or you can play it multiplayer with 8 people.
Yeah,
Up to 8 people. You
Yeah.
know, it's just sort of like it covers every ground from single player to those 8 people. There's not really anywhere that it doesn't. So
Yeah.
it's sort of like you play this game, you've got an option for everyone to play. You know,
yeah. And like I heard like a lot of stories of like people like, this is my first Smash Bros or whatever. Like it was really nice to hear people actually giving this series a go for the first time.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a bit late, guys, but glad you're finally here.
Glad you're here. Thanks, Gillis.
Yeah, man, I'm so happy I can see Smash up in those charts. And at the second spot is Super Mario Odyssey at 14.44 million pieces. So
Amazing game.
yeah, Mario Odyssey up there. It's not that surprising.
No, yeah. I feel like going back and playing it again sometimes.
I do
soon, to
too.
be
I
honest
do
with you.
too. Yeah, like it's a Mario game. It's sold very well. It's very good. It very much deserves that spot.
Yep,
Well done.
for sure.
And number one, which hasn't changed since it came out, is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 16.69 million pieces.
Guess what, guys? You're all complaining about these Wii U ports, but a port holds the number one spot. You know, it's just it is a fantastic Mario Kart game, and we can't fault it on that. And I know Drew can't with his 100 plus hours in the game or whatever it was.
It's not quite 100. It might be including the Wii U one actually. Maybe. It's not on the Switch though.
What was it? It's the one of the most played games on your Switch, though, is it
well,
not?
It is the most played game on my Switch.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 100 plus. It's not. 100
I'm pretty
plus
sure
hours.
it's 100 plus from when we checked. Because Pokemon Quest was like 80 hours.
No, Pokemon Quest was 60.
That's still a lot of hours for Pokemon Quest.
I know. I'm not denying that, mate. I'm not denying that.
But it is.
I'll look it up. You keep talking, mate. I'll look it up. So
look, it's a fantastic game, but you know, a lot of us people that were playing the Wii U at the time, I already got my time in it. I didn't need to play much more. I didn't really need to, you know. It's a sort of just something I can throw on my Switch.
I haven't played Mario Kart in a long time, so it's not actually on my log. I can't look at it.
Oh,
because you know it's on this thing.
Oh, well, that's crappy.
But I have played Smash Bros for 60 or more hours. So
then there's no way you
there's-
haven't played
there's that.
Mario Kart more. No way that you've not played Mario Kart more than 100 hours.
Okay, yeah. Well, maybe.
No, absolutely.
Well, I haven't.
What were you playing that was multiplayer before you were playing Smash Bros?
Splatoon?
Not online multiplayer. And what did you have in your...
I was playing Mario Kart online, like...
And Mario... Well, there you go. How much Smash have you played online?
Whatever I can deal with. Without getting frustrated, angry, and sad all at the same time. But yeah, so that's the top 10 games for the
Swatch.
Yeah, the Swatch.
Well done.
I'm just like, I'll compare it to Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. That's the top selling piece of software on that, and that's 8.44 million pieces.
So it's sold literally double.
And it sold more copies than there are Wii U's as well.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the Wii U sold what was it? 13 point something or other.
Oh, you mean the Switch version? Yeah.
Yeah. The Switch sold more. Yeah. So we've gone into Mario Kart. Now I'm going to go
and check his log.
Check my log. 85 hours or more.
85, okay.
Yeah.
It's close enough to 100.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Close enough. That's a lot of hours for Mario. And that definitely combined Mario Kart 8.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have well over 100.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
100%. There's no way in hell.
And also, I'm going to get this information from a tweet from Matt Pascatella, who is a sort of an industry analyst. Yeah. So he tweeted some graphs, which is like sales per hardware units accumulative. So he's got sort of the software trajectory for Nintendo Switch as opposed to Wii U, and the Switch is absolutely destroying what Wii was doing back in 2007 to 2012.
Yep.
Which isn't surprising because of like the type of audience that picks up the Switch as opposed to the Wii. The Wii was completely different. They pick it up for like Wii Sports. They might get carnival games, and they might look at New Super Mario Bros. And go, that's a Mario game. I'll play it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Whereas for Switch, that many indie games and like huge releases consistently coming out on Switch would help that a lot, as opposed to Wii, where we didn't get that much at all. It was pretty shocking.
Well, it's really hard to compare the times back then too, though, because it's just like back in the day, the Wii had bugger all service. Indie development wasn't as much of a thing as it is now. Indie development's huge now.
Well, it's still being like formed on Xbox Live, like as well.
Yeah, well, it took long enough for it to work up on Xbox Live as it was.
Yeah.
And that thing was like a really good indie machine for its time. It's where a lot of companies wanted to go to put their shit on console.
Yeah.
So, and with the state the Wii shop was in, it wasn't getting anywhere. And I don't think they ever anticipated the indie scene to get as big as it has. But it has. It's gone mental now. So yeah, there's that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And also another graph shows Nintendo Switch console sales pace. So it's got another graph which compares it to the Wii, the DS, the 3DS, and the Wii U. And out of the gate, the Switch is matching the Wii, but after a year of launch, the Wii sort of spikes up. Then after another year on the market, the Wii also spikes up again. So the Switch is a decent way behind the Wii,
right?
But it's outpacing like the DS, the 3DS, and obviously the Wii U. So that's good to see, because I remember like around launch, Nintendo was saying, it's outpacing the Wii, which is obviously like a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Wii really picked up like later on, when like the hardcore gamers got it for Zelda. Then like the grandmas and the family members saw it, then everyone went out and sort of wanted to get one.
Yep.
So it's not that surprising that it's not matching the Wii at the moment. But yeah, it's good to see. Hope it continues growing, and
pushing forward.
Yes, pushing forward. Next up, what we got here? And Nintendo reveals global sales of big Nintendo Switch games from the 25th of April. So we've already gone over some of those games, obviously, but there's some games that weren't mentioned in there. So Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is currently at 2.25 million. Octopath Traveler has sold 1.17 million. Labo Toy-Con number 1 Variety Kit has sold 1.9 million. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker has sold 1.18 million. Kirby Star Allies has sold 2.56 million. And Yoshi's Crafted World has sold 1.11 million already.
1.11 million.
Yeah.
Jesus.
After a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes to show, like, now that Nintendo has a system with really good install base, that it's actually its software is like starting to reflect that as well. Whereas in the Wii U, we were sort of thinking like, does Nintendo even have an audience anymore with like who actually wanted to pick up the hardware? But obviously it was just the crappy hardware.
Well, yeah. Because I just brought up something because it sort of got me thinking about it. But at the same time, obviously with Nintendo's stats coming out and stuff like that, Dragalia's did as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just going to point them out real quick, simply because I'm interested in the Nintendo mobile market because of Fire Emblem and Dragalia mainly.
Mm-hmm.
But 1.9 million game installs in the US and Japan. Dragalia Lost has earned $75 million.
So a nice bit of cash.
Revenue from iOS, 60%. Average player spend per game installed, $22.
That's pretty good.
Amount earned in the game's first 2 weeks was $16 million.
Mm-hmm.
First 5 days was $3 million. Dragalia Lost is the second most lucrative mobile game for Nintendo, the first being Fire Emblem Heroes. So it outperformed Super Mario Run.
Yeah.
Percentage of Dragalia Lost revenue that comes from Japan, 68%, and percentage of Dragalia Lost revenue that comes from US, 18%. So the last remaining 14% is the rest of the world. So it's really interesting while we're talking about the fact of like the stats and stuff like that, because Nintendo are tapping the mobile market now too really hard with Fire Emblem, but they're handling them very differently, and it's really interesting to see how they're testing the waters there too. Because obviously with the Switch, we're getting a lot of ports and stuff like that. They're, obviously reflecting pretty well considering Mario Kart's the top seller.
Yeah. We'll never see another Mario Kart again.
No. That game is like, it's smashed out. And if Mario Kart 9 comes out and it's a travesty compared to Mario Kart 8, you might as well just make rehashes of Mario Kart 8 for the rest of your life. But, in the mobile market, they're running Fire Emblem and Dragalia in 2 different ways. Like, Intelligent Systems is running Fire Emblem Heroes. Cygames is running Dragalia Lost. Nintendo's basically said, pump the revenue you can out of Fire Emblem because it's an IP we already have.
Yeah.
And people will pay for that. But don't be too stingy. And they haven't. They've been decent with it. But then with Dragalia Lost, they basically just said to Cygames, which they now own 5% stock in, just give them a bunch of free shit. And that's how they've been going. And obviously now, Dragalia's earned them $75 million. Fire Emblem Heroes, I think, has earned them just shy of 100. So it's really strange to see like the stats of these games, stats of mobile games, and then everything that's come from like past the Wii U.
Yeah.
Because during the Wii U era, they had not bothered to touch mobile.
I was about to say, like, before they were saying like, our IP is exclusive to our hardware.
Yeah.
That's just at least a couple of $100 million they just left on the table just by deciding, we won't do that. But branching out to these platforms and doing unique experiences for, just your phone. And, it's not taking away from anything on the Switch having Fire Emblem Heroes there, but, It's
No.
just like giving fans or even like new people a different experience
Yeah.
and a way to suck money from them
Yep.
as well. Yeah.
And I mean, I would like it if they did turn around and they did something like they did with Pokemon Quest. I feel like with what they did with Pokemon Quest being on mobile and on Switch, I feel like that's an alright case for, those two games to come to the platform somehow. Something like that. I know a lot of people don't really get into mobile games, but those two that Nintendo... I'm not really impartial to Super Mario Run, but those two mobile games are really unique experiences and they're really well handled
Yeah, for sure.
games, which is, considering what Nintendo said in the past, like you said, it's really strange to see them doing so well on mobile as well. It's not just a Switch at the moment, but they're earning hundreds of millions of dollars from the mobile market now too.
Yeah. And this won't affect us so much just for where we live in the world, but they're putting like their IP into theme parks and that with Universal and all that. So they're really branching out to sort of try and stretch their IP out.
Oh yeah.
Which is smart. Like, man, I would love to go to a Universal park and just have a friggin' Nintendo Land.
Yeah.
I'll be like a 5-year-old kid, like going there because, like,
Oh, shit, yeah.
like in Australia on the Gold Coast, and we've got Movie World and that, and it's cool. Like, it's fun going to the rides. Oh, there's Superman, cool. Superman's fun. Oh, there's the Looney Tunes bit. Oh, Looney Tunes are cool.
Yeah.
But like Nintendo, like obviously that's
I've got to go there and just like jump around with Mario and
yeah. What would be a ride you'd really want to do? I wanted to like dodge some cars where you run over Goombas or something. Well, there'd have to be like a whack-a-mole where you like smack Monty Mole and
yeah,
it'd be like fun stuff like that. Chantel will like look at me and go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Legend of Zelda Carousel. You're like running around on a pony, and Chantel's like, you're like, wee. Chantel's just like, oh fuck off.
I'm just there hitting like the plastic rear of the horse, like, "Hiya! Feed it some carrots so it goes again."
They give you like a little plastic bow and arrow so you can shoot kids on your way past them.
That's so bad because I think it's going to be like up and running in 5 years. I saw like I don't know if this was fake or not, but it was like Super Mario Land, it's Hyrule. I think like there's a Pokemon section which is like Kanto. I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
so good.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, really.
So, the more Nintendo stuff in this world, the better.
It just seems like the branching out is like really, really sort of kicking in. It's kind of like what happened with Epic Games Store, really. They had one major success with Fortnite, all of a sudden they're earning all this money, and then they're going foop into different areas. Yeah,
like putting their money into different areas to sort of sustain that money rather than just like, all right, Fortnite's over.
Yeah.
We lose it again.
And that's what's happened with the Switch, and now, they're pushing more on the mobile market, doing pretty damn well in that for what it is. And then they're making theme parks and, movies. It's all really coming around.
Yeah, can't wait for Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Just going to segue of that little bit of mobile talk, Bryce. So, US and Japan are getting Mario Kart Tour closed beta for Android.
Well, this too.
So
I forgot about Mario Kart Tour and that coming out.
I did too until a couple of weeks ago. I think it came up in the news for something. But Mario Kart Tour, Nintendo's upcoming Mario Kart game for mobile devices, is coming this summer. And today, Nintendo has announced a beta program for the game. Residents in the United States and Japan who own Android devices will be able to sign in and join from today until May 7th, 8th in Japan. The actual beta commences from the 22nd of May until the 8th of June.
So that'll be interesting to watch when it comes out and seeing the gameplay come up.
See what it is.
Like that, and see what it is.
Because like Nintendo described it as an app, but at the same time they described just stuff on phone as apps.
Yeah.
That are games.
Yeah.
So I assume this will be a racing game.
Yeah.
Because like some people are like, I might be just like checking, stats and maintaining like doing something different in the Mario Kart universe or something. But I think it'd be kind of silly to be like, all right, Mario Kart is it's their biggest brand.
It is,
which is sort of funny to think about it, but at the same time, it's pretty obvious just with like the sales of the last two systems being the same game.
It has
the
been
top
one of
the
the
boards.
biggest brands for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, you think back to Mario Kart 64 and stuff like that. That was just quintessential for the 64.
Like it really exploded with the Wii. Like the Wii, Mario Kart Wii is the best-selling Wii game that isn't Wii Sports.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the 3DS, the DS, and obviously the Switch now, like it's up the top of their best-selling software.
Always, yeah.
So, this is going to be pretty big when it comes out. It's not going to be, I can't see it being Pokemon Go big or anything like, you know, just gigantic like that. But this is going to be pretty big. There are going to be people talking about it who, you know, don't own Switches and don't play Nintendo, but they're going to see Mario Kart's on their phone. They've got a phone that can run it.
See, I can't remember if the stats for Pokemon Go come out, because I often forget about Pokemon Go nowadays. It's sort of just gone into the shade for me. Like, I don't...
The stats definitely did come out. We did talk about them last time, I think.
Did we?
Well, I was with
that's right.
I was with Eric, so you might not remember it, but...
Yep. No. Yeah, I listened to the episode, I remember.
It's profits in the billions. Like,
it's profits huge.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, it's sort of just the Pokemon fever. Now that Pokemon Go's sort of been out for a while, it's been the longest out of the Nintendo games that it's been out. Super Mario Run wasn't the first, I don't think it was.
I think it was the first, but I remember Pokemon Go, like, I think it was a beta in, I think it was May or something, and it came out like June.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, officially. And I remember it being like, oh, cool, like, I'm a big Pokemon fan. There's going to be a real-life Pokemon game where you go out in the real world and catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
That sounds neat, and it wasn't really something I was excited about or really thinking about. It was something I'm going to download, give it a go.
Yeah.
And I did not expect the sort of pickup it got.
No, yeah.
Because
it got a pretty big pickup.
In my soccer change room, like with people who don't play Nintendo or, you know, they played Pokemon on the Game Boy Advance or something, but they don't play Nintendo, everyone had their phone out talking about the Pokemon they were catching, what Pokemon was over, you know, at the footy oval.
Yep.
And like literally all of us, like, you know, 30-something guys or whoever was in there at the time. And I was just like flabbergasted. I'm like, holy shit, this is huge.
Yeah.
Like everyone was playing it. Like there wasn't many people that weren't playing it who were like our age. And it was like, that's what made it such a big phenomenon, just how big it was. It wasn't just like Pokemon fans coming out and being like, cool, I'm a master now. But,
I had... okay, no, I need to keep talking because I'm just going to look up... some things.
Look at the stats.
Not just the Pokemon Go stats, but I want to look at some other things.
Okay. All right. So what do you want me to talk about, Bryce?
Talk about how your life's been or something.
How my life's been.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nah, just go back to the Pokemon Go. Because I know a couple people that I know still play it.
Yeah. There's a decent amount of people who still play it, and they're still putting out a pretty good profit.
Are they? Really? When they're $1 billion.
Yeah, they're putting out a decent profit.
Decent profit. What was the other one? Super Mario Run. I'm just kind of looking up at the moment, like, who has had a hand in development in these mobile games, because I think Super Mario Run was just Nintendo developed, but
Shigeru Miyamoto pretty much like looked over that game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Super Mario Run is completely Nintendo in-house developed.
Yeah.
Pocket Camp is co-developed by D-Cube.
Mm-hmm.
Niantic does Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Cygames, Dragalia Lost, Intelligent Systems, Fire Emblem Heroes. So at the moment, they're in with 4 companies in the mobile market. I know they've invested in Cygames. I think they've got investment in Intelligent Systems. I don't know about D-Cube and...
Intelligent Systems, they own Intelligent Systems.
Do they?
Yeah.
There you go. So they own Intelligent Systems. What about Niantic?
No.
Nothing in them at all?
I believe they're just partnered with the Pokemon Company.
Okay, cool. All right.
I believe, I could be wrong. But
could be wrong.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Company is Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes,
it gets really weird.
It gets weird with the Pokemon Company.
It's
really
funny because like in like Smash Bros or anything Pokemon's involved with, there's that many companies that look after Pokemon.
Oh, shit tons.
Like there's a company like called Creatures that literally just looks after the IP of each individual Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because there's that many of them. Like they need a company just to look after the copyright of every single one.
Oh, I'm gonna copyright this friggin' trash bag and this ice cream cone.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, just with all these hands in these smaller IPs that mainly work off of mobile as well, that's crazy. I'm really happy that they invested in Cygames because they make some really Their side games are ex-developers of Square Enix.
Yeah.
They make some really pretty artwork and really pretty games. Like,
Well, as shown in Dragalia Lost.
yeah. I mean, Dragalia Lost. They also had Grand Blue Fantasy, which is Japan exclusive, but you can get through Coup app everywhere around the world.
Coup app, never heard of it.
Coup app is really weird. It is like basically they English patch pretty much every Japanese exclusive game and then make it available to download everywhere else in the world.
Okay.
So, Grand Blue Fantasy is Cygame's biggest selling game on mobile platforms. It's one of their oldest running too, but it's like really Final Fantasy, sort of old Final Fantasy art inspired. It's really pretty. And some of that carried over to Dragalia Lost because they brought units over from Grand Blue into Dragalia Lost, like an ice mage of some kind, Albert, which is like their flagship sort of mascot unit, stuff like that.
Okay.
And they've all put them into Dragalia Lost. It'd be interesting to see how Nintendo works forward with these companies that they've got going through these mobile games. Whether they'll have them come into like their mainline market at all.
Yeah, because since they're like ongoing services too, like if these games decide to be like Nintendo's doesn't want to work with them anymore, like I assume the servers will just be turned off and the game's dead. You know, if they decide to. So hopefully, like,
yeah, I hope not though.
yeah, but obviously I hope not. I wouldn't want all your time and money to be wasted in a Dragalia Lost and
at the end
like
of the end of the day, it will be. Eventually, those servers will go offline, and
not everything's forever. So
no,
yeah,
and I mean, you know, that is just the way it is. But for the meantime, like, I feel like Nintendo working with these companies have all really sort of worked in such a phenomenal way that it's sort of just
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like a lot of their mobile games don't excite me that much, but what I hope it does is it brings new people in to Nintendo and they enjoy their games, and obviously the money coming in, I hope that helps, you know, with development and everything as well. So it's a win-win situation whether you play them or not. Yeah.
I mean, with me and mobile games, I've always sort of been afflicted one way or the other. I've always had sort of like one or two on the go that I just open every day and check, and
yeah.
If I want to do something more serious on it. But ever since Fire Emblem Heroes come out and Dragalia Lost have come out, it's completely changed my perspective in quality in mobile games. There is a lot of quality and care taken within those two games, and Pokemon Go was sort of the same for a little bit until it sort of just got too far for me.
Yeah, you've got to walk with that game.
No, the thing is I put it down because of a bad change that kind of ruined the game. And for me to pick it up back now, I'm so behind. There's no real point in me doing it anymore. And they don't really offer a catch-up service, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In Pokemon Go.
No, they don't, yeah.
When you're stuck at a level, you're stuck at a level and you don't get any grinding assistance. It's really, really not good.
Yeah. I guess I haven't really noticed that much because, like, with Pokemon Go, pretty much to me, all it is like collecting Pokemon.
Yeah, but like if you wanted to be into the gyms, the raiding scene, all that stuff.
And they got the battling there too, which I haven't even touched, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's sort of just like, yeah, it's not easy to get back into, but, you know, Fire Emblem, Dragalia, they've got ways to countermeasure that, and people can start anew and still sort of catch up relatively quickly without hindering the player base too much. But yeah, no, the quality of those two games really drew me back into mobile gaming. I may not play a lot of Pokemon Go anymore or anything like that, but as in terms of like Nintendo's IPs being on that platform, Fire Emblem is grossing a lot of revenue considering it's, well, Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see when Three Houses comes out.
Yeah.
Like, can the Fire Emblem, has this, you know, put Fire Emblem in the face of new people, so, you know, they might be trying the new one, or... Yeah. Or is this going to reflect poorly on, like, you know, a AAA made video game, and they can make way more money than just, you know, putting out, you know, new heroes, as opposed to a new game.
For someone that tried to play Fire Emblem years ago and then kind of put it down because I was kind of just like, I don't really have the time or patience right now. Playing Fire Emblem Heroes really drew me back into Fire Emblem, and I ended up going back and finishing, you know, Awakening, which I never finished. And then I started working on Fates, but I haven't continued it for a couple of weeks. So it's sort of just like there's a lot riding on how much success they can get just from that mobile platform, which is really strange to say. I never thought Nintendo would invest in mobile platform, but now that they are, it's really doing well. So hopefully Mario Kart Tour. Sorry, this has all come round back to Mario Kart Tour. Hopefully Mario Kart Tour gets more people playing, sort of just something like that on the go, and then that leads to more Switch sales. I don't honestly think the Switch needs the bump. I think the Switch has already got enough behind it to make it go far and beyond.
Yeah, I think so too. I just want to ask you, you've got your Android phone, so you're eligible to sign up for the beta. Do you reckon you'll sign up and try and get in?
I'll try, but the chances of me doing it are probably pretty low. I think I'd have to sign up for the beta. I'd probably have to run through a VPN just to sign up, and then
you will have to. Yeah,
and then I'll have to find a way to download within the country. Probably through VPN again.
I did forget, but it said US and Japan. So
yeah,
I mean Japan's not that far away. You might be
able to sneak in and not understand anything in Japanese.
Oh god,
I don't know. I'll look into it, but hopefully it just comes out as a quality mobile title, because like I said, if Fire Emblem Heroes and Dragalia Lost have had anything to say about it, they're really pushing quality for these games, and it's really eye-opening, like, to see. It's forced me to drop a couple games just because I'm paying more money for this than I am this, and the quality's lesser.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So I just, Nintendo's really going to shake up the market if they keep going the way they go, and hopefully that means good things.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I personally, I would love a game that really hooks me on my phone, because not too much. I don't want to be fucking there all day.
No.
But, yeah. So next up, Bryce, we got Nintendo has announced that Super Mario Maker 2 will release on June 28th. So,
nice.
I was kind of hoping it would come out like around E3, so you get all the E3 hype and you get a brand new game at the same time.
Yeah.
But obviously, we knew it was coming out in June, and 28th. Yeah, it's a good time. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Mario Maker 2. Are you personally?
I'll have fun with it, but I'm not like pining for it. I'm not like I need it. I just thought it was a no-brainer to have on the system anyway.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And if it works, anything like Stage Builder in Smash Ultimate's been pretty good, and people have been really creative with it, and it gets pretty nuts. So that alone tells me that a building system works on Switch just fine. So with Mario Maker and its more diverse building system, it'll be really good.
Yeah, and they actually announced some bundles too. So if you get the game like the first, I guess, day one equivalent edition, you get a free stylus with it.
Oh, cool!
And there's also a bundle that includes a year of Nintendo online service as well.
That's strange, but yes.
Yeah, so I guess the reasoning behind that is because this game is largely built to go online, share,
absolutely,
and receive.
Yeah.
And I guess they were a bit worried that people might not have the service already, so the bundling it in makes it a bit easier. Yep. I don't know the price of it. I don't know if they've told us. I've just got the email up at the moment, but yeah. So even if you pre-order the game digitally, you are still able to get the stylus somehow.
Yep.
I assume they send you an email, and you probably send your postcode off and you get it sent to you.
Yeah.
But that was good too, because I'm like, I'm going to download the game. So do I still get the stylus? Yes, you do. So that's good.
Nice.
Yeah. And they said while stock lasts too. So if you've got a big W and they've only sent like 5 styluses in,
it's all right. I've got like an $80 electronic stylus.
Yeah.
At home, I'll just use that.
Yeah. I mean, it looks fine. It looks like a little basic one you can get just for your iPad or whatever. But it's got like the Mario Maker sort of logos and Mario and Luigi and that wrapped around it.
Yeah.
Looks pretty neat. Like, it'd be a nice little freebie to get.
Yeah.
If you're going to get the game anyway, you may as well try and get it early.
Suppose so. Yeah.
Get a little stylus. I can't see myself using it because it's one of those. It's one of those, like, it's the same style I got from my iPad where it's got like a real round bottom and it's squishy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it how, like, it's not accurate enough for me. So when I'm drawing, I can't actually pinpoint the spot where you're going to draw. Like, if you had like a pen, you can see exactly where it's going to go because it's obviously pointy.
Yep.
Whereas this is like sort of, it's like drawing with your finger almost, just because it's just such a big space like you're pushing down on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But regardless, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Free style. And I saw this a little bit too. So Nintendo came out. I forgot who it was, but we'll get into the article. So Pokemon Sword and Shield are being developed to emphasize the fun of playing Switch in handheld mode. And I saw a lot of people taking this like literally like it's being developed for handheld mode, as in it's not going to work on your TV.
Yeah,
people
right.
were taking it like that.
Nah, yeah.
And like we knew this before as soon as they announced Let's Go. Let's Go, they said, this is the console game, you're going to be wagging your balls and all that in front of the TV.
Yeah.
Next year's game, you're going to be playing it like you've been playing the other games on 3DS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they're going to emphasize like trading and battling, and that's what they mean by emphasis on handheld mode.
But that doesn't mean you can't play it on your TV
No.
with your Wi-Fi adapter and all that bullshit. Sorry, Ethernet adapter and all that bullshit for your crispy, clean, absolute need 100% perfection Pokemon battles.
Yep. I can imagine, would you blame, if you lost a Pokemon battle, would you blame lag?
Like, that's the thing. You're still going to be able to play it on the TV. There's nothing to be concerned about it. But we did know about this. This is not, this is not to be surprised. So don't stress. They're just saying that when you take your Switch around to your friend's house and you want to battle people, you don't have to be connected to the TV, and we're not going to force you to connect to the TV, and we're going to recommend that you do it in handheld anyway because it's just more comfortable.
Yeah. Like, I assume they're going to support the Pro Controller and everything with this game. If they don't, which would be weird, it'd be even more weird than Let's Go, obviously with no motion controls and that.
Yeah.
So, because I'm going to be playing mainly on handheld, just because that's how I seem to play my Switch now anyway.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted Pokemon just on the TV.
Well, here's the
and
thing.
Here it is. So I'm going to play it on the goddamn TV.
Here's the thing. I mean, we've had that since the Super Game Boy. So, like, you've been able to plug Game Boy games into your SNES and play it since then, and then further on with Pokemon Stadium with its unique controller attachment to play. All that. But this is the first time we've ever had a Pokemon experience that's exclusively developed for a console that can be plugged into a TV without the need of any extra attachments.
By Game Freak as well. Like, it's not just like Colosseum, which is like...
It's
like, oh, get all the evil Pokemon.
The Evilmon.
Evilmon.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, no... Don't worry about it. You can play on your TV. Don't stress.
I mean...
That's the summary of that story.
Devil's advocate, Game Freak do some weird shit.
They do some weird
shit.
So,
I get why people might have the shakes and be a bit worried. So, there is that too.
Yeah, but I just think it's plumb obvious. I think it'd be silly to assume that they're just going to be like, no, we don't like you using the TV. Fuck off. That's not going to happen like that.
Yeah, so it's just, yes, we are bringing Pokemon to the Switch.
Yep.
There's only one thing.
No TV.
It won't switch. Yeah. Could you imagine, like, you've been playing Pokemon all day. You're going around. You're on the bus. You get off the bus. You're leveling up your fucking Cypher, right?
Your Cypher,
and you're putting all your rare candies into it. He's level 100. You're like, tell you what, I'm gonna put the Switch into the dock. I've got my capture card set up. I'm gonna capture the moment my Cypher turns level 100.
Right.
And you slip it into the dock, and all it pops up is saying, fuck you, playing handheld mode. That's all it says on the TV.
God damn it.
That would happen. Anyway, next story is Retro Studios is currently hiring for Metroid Prime 4. And to be honest, this is a headline I saw, and I have not done much research, so we'll be hearing this story together, guys.
I mean, it's basically just they're hiring.
But like they're hiring, but what? I'm going to read the article. So Retro Studios have been placed in charge of the development of the next installment of the critically acclaimed Metroid Prime franchise, and today they have announced they are recruiting new applicants to help with development in the long-awaited Metroid Prime 4. You can read the full list of vacancies and job details at the Retro Studios website. This is a quote from their website. As a North American Nintendo-owned developer, we pride ourselves on developing high-quality, customized experiences in our games in our studio. Our unique style stands out and wows gamers all over the globe with games in the Metroid, Donkey Kong, and Mario Kart franchises. We believe good company culture, passion, and creativity are crucial to delivering great games. Retro is committed to maintaining an environment that supports those qualities and our employees and our games are a reflection of these efforts. Working at Retro means joining the family locally and globally. It means breakfast and picnics with the team. Oh, damn, I'm getting a job there. I want a picnic with the team. It means collaboration with our Japanese partners, but for each individual, it means giving back to the family by bringing creativity, consideration, and respect to strong, wonderful IPs of Nintendo. If you're passionate about quality and being a part of creative culture and about Nintendo, you're already one step closer to being a part of Retro Studios.
Lovely.
Yeah, so, like, obviously they got given the game a couple of months ago to start development on. Just by the look of them hiring, it's like, okay, they haven't started yet. Like, they've gotten like the rights, but they haven't like gotten the
They've got the bare basics happening.
So I'm on the website now. So the current openings: art director, product tester, art outsourcing manager, level 3 IT engineer, level 1 gameplay engineer, lead external environmental. It cuts off there, so I won't go anymore. Lead character artist, lead cinematics artist, lead graphics engineer, level 3 engineer, level 1 tools engineer, level 3 tools engineer, and a physics engineer.
So basically everything.
Yeah, so they need to get another team together.
Yeah.
Like, all those...
I just wish they just put this in the hands of them immediately and not do all this. I mean, I do thank them for being sincere and honest about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But they should have just gave it to Retro to begin with.
It's interesting because it seems like the way they were trying to develop the game like originally was... They wanted to do it in-house at Nintendo Japan,
yeah,
but there were certain things that they weren't able to do in-house. So they had like a development team here, here, and here doing certain bits and putting it together, and doing it that way obviously wasn't working. And I don't know if they were looking at Ubisoft or whatever, but that's how Ubisoft develops like all their games, like Assassin's Creed especially. Like, they've got studios all over the world, and they all contribute to like a little bit, and they put it all together, and that's the game.
Yeah,
and that works really well for like a publisher like Ubisoft. But Nintendo, that is not how they make video games.
No,
and them trying it with this
was
like,
a bad idea.
Yeah, bad idea, and they fell on their face. Like, who knows? Maybe they could have done it with like a couple of different teams that had a bit more chemistry and a bit better communication.
Yeah,
especially with Nintendo being Japanese. Like, if they had like in other countries where they're speaking different languages and they're trying to fit this game together, it would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good that Retro's ramping
working
up
on it.
So, just another friendly reminder: we're not getting Metroid Prime next year. We're not getting it the year after, and probably not the year after.
Yeah, we'll see. See what happens.
I don't think it'll be that quick a turnaround, but
no.
If they can, it
won't be a lightning speed turnaround. No, but 2 years time. 3 years, maybe.
Yeah. My bet's on 3 because by the time 3 comes around, the Switch is 5 years old. It's it's time. It might be a swan song for the system by the timeline, how that might be working out.
Yeah.
But so Bryce, what job would you go for? Would you go for a lead cinematics artist, lead character artist? You can draw a pretty mean Metroid, can't you?
Jesus Christ.
Level 3 engineer. We're at level 1. We'll start you at level 1 tools engineer.
I am a tool, so that works perfect. So let's go with that one.
Yeah, I'm a bigger tool, so I'll be level 3 tool engineer. Jeez, Ross. This was another one where it's just like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
So Nintendo president, no hardware announcements at E3 2019. So. Like, a few of the podcasts and news outlets and that were like, with all these new Switch models being rumoured, we're probably going to see it at E3 2019.
Yeah.
We're not going to see it at E3 2019 because that's not when Nintendo shows off hardware.
No.
At least recently. Like, obviously, back in the day when you're going back to...
Yeah, they show them at their own press meetings.
Wii and Wii U even, but it's like the 3DS XL, if you remember, they announced that literally the week after their E3 Direct.
Yeah.
Like, they just keep hardware out of it.
Yeah.
So, I think we will see a new model this year. I think we will see the cheaper one while they keep working on the Pro one, by the sounds of the rumours. And I think just like the time of it all works out that we will see a new model this year.
Yeah.
maybe something to try and get the 3DS audience. Now the 3DS has dropped away. They're not supporting it anymore. We will see probably a smaller, cheaper version of the Switch. Whether that turns out to be no Joy-Cons or whatever it might be, probably we'll see it.
Yeah.
Won't be at E3.
No.
Do you reckon we'll see it around probably August or September on the lead up to like Pokemon and the Christmas rush?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably,
It'd
September.
Probably be the best time, but yeah.
Even like if they bring out like a real cheap Switch, like with no rumble and no dock and stuff to put up the price, so it might come out at 300 Australian or something.
Something.
And you bundle that with Pokemon for the holidays.
Yeah.
Like it could potentially just like, well, it will kill. It won't potentially. Even just the base Switch now with Pokemon probably will kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you might even make me buy a second one if you put a nice little pattern on it. Or not like the other one where it's just like brown and yellow Joy-Cons. Anyway, Bryce, that brings us to the end of all that news. There was a fair bit. Like the last couple of weeks has been like, not much is going on, but you have a look and there's a bit there.
Oh yeah.
Especially when we talk about mobile games for a bit too. But that was a good conversation. I'm not bagging you. Don't worry, mate.
It's important.
I see the look of stress in your eyes.
Stress.
Yeah, look.
I'm not stressed.
Right, he's got the shakes. He looks like he's about to do a backflip, but his legs are so shaky that he won't be able to land it, and he'll just bump his chin. Anything else you want to bring up on the show before we wrap it up?
Nah, I'm pretty sure I've talked all I need to talk about.
No, you've talked about the video games and the Pikachus and
the mobile markets.
And the mobile market. All right, we'll end it there. Everyone, thank you very much for listening to the House of Mario episode 94. We are a part of the 8-Bit Collective. You can find us over on 8bit.net and etc. etc. Yes. If you enjoy, I did it out of order. I threw myself out. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe on your podcast service of choice and leave us a juicy 5-star rating. That always helps out.
5-star rating.
5-star rating. If you'd like to talk to us and our awesome community over on Discord, there is a link in the show notes. No, you're shaking your head. Were you shaking your head to that?
No, I didn't shake my head.
Oh, I just thought you were shaking your head like, no, don't talk to us.
Jesus Christ.
This week's Nintendo Jukebox is by RetroSpecter. It is a remix of Cuphead titled One Hell of a Time Remix. Really good. Chose this one because I was playing Cuphead and the music in that is really unique and awesome. And until next week, au revoir, konnichiwa, bye-bye.
I think it means sayonara, not konnichiwa.
100% mean sayonara. Sorry.
Offensive.